There you go, y'all. A little bit something to get you inspired the day after Christmas, after we got a chance to sit and relax and do nothing and be lazy. No, I'm joking. No, we had a great day yesterday, right? We got a chance to, again, refresh ourselves, but now we get right back to work. It's a holiday, not a hollow week, not a hollow month. We get right back to work, reminding ourselves that there's a life out there that we're going after, that we're still going after the highest, grandest expression of ourselves, that we're not going to continue to take off many days of working on ourselves, of being intentional about working on ourselves, about getting ourselves to the life we don't need a break from, about getting better in our health, in our relationships, in our finances, in our business life, in our spiritual life. Like, we're not going to continue to take off days like the masses where they don't focus on anything. We're focusing and being intentional about the life that we say that we want. We don't get to take many days off in pursuit of that. We cherish our personal development. We cherish our growth. We know that the adversities are going to continue to come. The enemy doesn't take a day off. Our challenges, our problems don't take a day off. So we're going to keep getting after it every single day. And again, in this video, just reminders for you. Some of this stuff, again, I know you've heard and I know you know, but are we doing what we know? I always have to remind you that. Are we doing what we know? I fall guilty to it as well. Or am I doing what I know? I just remind myself that stuff all the time. Like, I know what to do. Am I doing what I know? I know what to do in my health. Am I doing what I know? I know what to do in my finances. Am I doing what I know? And if I don't know, then that's where the learning comes. That's where the getting uncomfortable, that's where the challenging ourselves comes from, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. It's when we're going to learn and grow. But at the end of the day, we just got to execute. I wrote down, do what's hard. As how you end this year is how you will start next year. So are you doing what's hard at the end of this year? Or are we just doing what's easy to skate through this last week? Because how we end this year is how you're going to start next year. If you're just skating through, if you're just saying, "Hey, I'll get to it at the beginning of the year. Hey, I'll make that New Year's resolution, that commitment at the beginning of the year, and we're going to waste away these last 4 or 5 days." Well, how we end this is how we're going to start the next one. So my encouragement to you is focus on doing some hard things over this next week. Focus on doing some hard things, having some hard conversations, putting yourself in some harder situations, just so that you can prepare yourself to head into next year. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to make your dreams a reality? How bad do you want to make your vision come to life? How bad do you want to be financially free? How bad do you want to make sure that your family legacy is set up? How bad do you want it? These are important questions to calibrate yourself as we head into a brand new year. The things you say you want, I wrote it down. You can't wish for it more than you're willing to work for it. Can't be like, I wish that happened to me. And then you get another opportunity. God gives you breath in your body for another day, and you're not willing to work for it. You're not willing to sacrifice for it. You're not willing to step out of your comfort zone for it. Then we can't wish for it. Again, Jim Rohn, don't wish you were easier. Wish you were better. Don't just wish it were easier. Don't just wish the money came easier. Don't just wish the business were easier. Don't just wish your spouse was easier to get along with, or whatever the case is. Don't just wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Hope, like, work to get better at your relationship, work to get better in your business, work to get better in your finances, work to get better in your health. Don't just wish it came easier. That's the taking responsibility for our life, ladies and gentlemen. That's the taking responsibility and taking ownership for the things that we want to make happen. That's what this life is about. You take ownership. Everything's not going to look like how you want it to look. Everyone is not going to comply with your request. Your environment will not always look rosy and peachy and the way that you want it to. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. We have to focus on our own growth and taking ownership of our life. Hold yourself to a higher expectation. hold yourself to a higher expectation. You should hold yourself to a higher expectation than someone else holds you. You should have an internal compass, an internal expectation of what you're willing and not willing to do. Your expectation should be higher than anyone else's that they have of you. And when you hold yourself to a higher expectation in your finances, in your spiritual life, in your relationships, in your health, in your business, in your recreation, right? Like in all the things, in your personal development, when you hold yourself to a higher expectation, you get more out of life. You get more out of you. You're pushing yourself without someone having to come in and push you. Hold yourself to a higher expectation. The last thing I wrote down is your dream big enough? We're heading into 2026. Is your dream big enough? Some of you need a dream for 2030. You don't need a dream for 2026. You need a dream for 2030. You need a dream for 2034. Like that's big enough. Remember, most people overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. You might be like, next year, I want to make $1 million. Yeah, maybe. But in 10 years, you could be a decabillionaire. But you might not see that in 10 years. You might just want the smaller things. Is your dream big enough? Is your vision big enough? Is it compelling you? Is it pulling you? You got a little bit more time to work on what you're going to do, your master plan to energize and focus, your business plan, whatever it is for 2026. You got a little bit more time to work on it. But are you dreaming big enough? Are you thinking big enough? Is your vision pulling you to something beyond you? I hope so, ladies and gentlemen, because again, we only get one shot at this thing. We're not just going to arrive safely at the end. We're going to continue to put the best foot forward every day. We're going to continue to be intentional about all the things. We're going to continue to push ourselves out of the comfort zone so that we get to the life we don't need a break from. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, I chose this one. The great ones grow up. Just again, it's time to grow up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to grow up. It's time to put our big girl pants and big boy pants on and go out there and make a life for ourselves. You've done great up to this point. You've managed to get to this place you are in life, in your health, in your relationships, in your finances, right? You've managed to get here and you've done amazing things. Now we need to get to the next level. And what got us here won't get us there. So many of us need to grow up. We need to get rid of some of the fears, some of the things that are holding us back, some of the mindsets that came from adolescence, some of the mindsets that no longer serve us. It's time to grow up. As we head into a brand new year, this is just a reminder that some things you're going to need to leave in 2025. Some things you're going to need to leave behind in order for you to grow up. Scripture says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I reasoned as a child, thought like a child. When I became an adult, when I became a man, I put away childish things, right? We have to continue to put away those things that are no longer serving us. Here's what it says in the text. It says, while the masses are still wallowing in the past and wondering why things couldn't have been better, the world class grows up and gets on with the great game of life. Most people have never outgrown their adolescence when it comes to controlling their emotions. They're still feeling sorry for themselves and being heavily influenced by the people around them. Fear is an example of this extended adolescence. Children are afraid of many things that pose no actual threat to their well-being, such as monsters under the bed or in the closet. But the adult masses have the same irrational, made-up fears of events that pose no actual threat, yet hold them back from becoming champions. The fear of rejection, the fear of public speaking, the fear of success are just 3 examples. When we allow ourselves to buy into these adolescent fears, we are in essence behaving like children. Champions know that growing up emotionally is essential to achieving world-class results. I'll say that one again. Champions know that growing up emotionally is essential to achieving world-class results. The great ones still feel fear, but choose to confront their fears and ask themselves if the threat is real or imagined. This critical thinking skill enables the champion to move past many of the obstacles that stop the middle class before they even get started. Many broken marriages are a result of adolescent expectations. The amateur thinks the amateur thinker enters the relationship believing their partner has no faults. As time passes and these faults are revealed, the amateur wants to end the relationship and find someone with fewer faults. The pros are grown up enough to know that all of us are fallible human beings with multiple strengths and weaknesses, and that the success integration of two lives under one roof takes dedication and work. Professional performers grow up and discover that nothing good comes easy. And if it did, we probably wouldn't appreciate its true value. The great ones expect to fight for what they want. So when they hit the inevitable obstacles along the way, they are neither surprised nor intimidated. It all begins with their decision to grow up. It all begins with our decision to grow up and put away childish things, to grow up emotionally, to become more mentally tough, to become more emotionally tough, to know that life is going to get harder, to know that going after our goals and dreams, going after the life you want, it's going to pose you challenges and obstacles. This is the stuff that builds your character, ladies and gentlemen. This is what builds your character. The man or woman you need to become in order to get to the life that you're asking for, in order to make that vision that's in your mind a reality, you will have to become a different version of yourself. You will have to become better. You will have to grow up. Some of the things, like it says, we still act as children in some of these areas, caring too much about what other people think, fear of being rejected. What is rejection going to do? What is somebody calling you a name on the internet going to do? I have so many conversations with people that are scared to put out content on the internet because of what, user 47352 is going to say. Like, it doesn't matter. Why do we care? Why is this like the high school lunchroom where we care about what someone says about our clothes or what we say or what we do? Like, that doesn't matter. Why are we scared to be rejected? Of someone saying no to us, of someone getting mad at us, of something along those lines? Why? We have to grow up, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to be the people that design our ideal life, this is not child's play. Someone that designs a life they don't need a break from, puts themselves in a position for them and their family to succeed at the highest levels. This requires you to grow up. It requires you to get more mentally, emotionally, spiritually sound so you can handle the journey that's up ahead. And you just got to know this is a part of the process. The reason you're here getting this information and other people aren't, the reason why you're on your personal development journey is because you're called to do more. You have this information, you have to do more with it. All right? Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. A lot of people have knowledge, but they're not applying that knowledge. You now are getting this knowledge, and now you have to apply this knowledge. You have to understand that in order to get to that life, we got to change. We got to do some things. I know you've heard me say it before, and you might know it, but again, are we doing what we know? Are we doing what we know? That is my challenge to you this Friday after Christmas, where you get maybe a little bit of extra time to sit with yourself. Maybe you get a little extra downtime away from work or whatever the case is. This is the time to ask yourself, what are the areas that you need to grow up? Right? What are the areas that you feel like you need to grow? The action step for today says, examine the areas of your life and ask yourself this question: am I behaving like an adult in this area or like a child? Examine the areas of your life and ask yourself, am I behaving like an adult? Am I seeking things head on? Am I taking challenges head on? Am I standing up to adversity? Am I challenging myself? Or am I handling it like a child? Am I backing down from things? Am I whining and complaining about things? Are my fears irrational? Am I making excuses about things? You have to take an assessment for where you are currently, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only way we get to the place that we need to go, is if we know where we are currently. So again, my encouragement to all of you on this journey, taking an assessment of where you sit, where you are, What areas do you need to grow up? What areas are you still a little bit, right, holding on to some adolescent thinking, some childish thinking, some childish behaviors? Are your fears real? We already know the answer to that. But are they like, are you keeping them real in your mind? And what do we need to do heading into a brand new year in order to unlearn and relearn some new thinking, unlearn and relearn some new behaviors so that we can go off and get to that life we don't need a break from? I challenge you this weekend to do some of that soul search and push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit more. As we wrap up 2025, we're never going to get 2025 back. We get a chance to go into 2026, a brand new human being with new thoughts, with a new mindset, with new goals, with new intentionality, with new objectives. All of this gets to be new, but you got to take some time to actually plan this stuff and know that we all got to grow. We got to grow up. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. I'll constantly tell you that because you are the ones doing the work. So keep doing the work. No one said this was going to be easy. It's going to be worth it, though. You keep searching those places inside of you that you need to grow, that you need to change, that things you need to unlearn and relearn some things, and watch the man or woman you become. It's going to work. You just got to do the work, y'all. I love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday. Take care.